Good morning, students. While continuing the unit number 9, internal trade, we are going to start the chapter 9.3, that is retail trade. Retail trade. Yesterday we talked about wholesale trade, when the business done in bulk, when the goods purchased in bulk and sold in a small quantity, then it is wholesale trade. And wholesalers sold its goods to the retailer. But today what will we do? We will learn about the retail trade. First of all, learn the meaning of the retail trade in the toolkit. It is given over here. It refers to that type of trade under which the goods and services are brought in large quantity from the wholesaler. The retailer bought the goods from the wholesaler and sold it to the consumer in the small units. So that is a retail trade. Retail trade removes the distance between the wholesaler and consumer. If you remember in the unit chapter 9.1, when we do the types of trade in which we have read the channels take place in between, in which we read that producer, then wholesaler, then retailer, and then goods turned to and sold to the consumers or customers. So retail trade is the last link among the business middleman. Under this trade, the goods are purchased from wholesale trade and sold in the small quantities to the consumer. A person who sells the goods in a way according to the need of the consumer is called the retail trader. Please underline in your books, please mark this point, that what is known as the retail trader. A person, you may get the 1 mark question in your paper. Please underline, a person who sells the goods in a way according to the need of the consumer is called retail trader. Please underline that. You may get the question in the paper, who are retail trader? Or you may get the question like this: a person who sells the goods in the way according to the needs of consumer is known as dash. The option A, retail trader, option B, wholesale trader, option C, both A and B, option D, none of above. So, but the answer will be yes. It will be retail trader. Retail trader who just sell the goods according to the way of the need of the consumer. After that, the definition of the retail trade is given to us, and we have to do one of the definition over here. I'm just clearing the drawings and using the mouse now. So, learn one of the definition that you feel easy. The definition is given by the Kandif and Still and McCarthy. Whatever you feel easy and complete, appropriate appreciation, definition, please learn that one. Now, if we talk about the features of the retail trade, see. Retail trader is the last link among the trade middleman. This one is the first feature. No doubt, it's the last link. Retail trader is the deals with the number of things. You ever experience this whenever you go to a retail shop like it may be the grocery shop nearby your area, vegetable shop, you find the variety of goods is there. If the grocery shop is there, you find toothpaste or your articles that you use in your bathrooms, kitchen, cleaning products, eatables. You find packed snacks also there. So at a one place on the retailer, you find so many things, so many varieties there. When you go to the fruit and vegetable shop, what happens there? You don't find even a single, not even a single vegetable there. You find the variety of vegetables and fruits there. So all those who are the retail trader, if you go to the cloth house, you don't find a single piece of cloth there. You find the variety of cloth is there. So in this way, whosoever are the retailer of the business, they just provide the variety of goods to the consumers or their customers. He purchases the goods from the wholesaler trader and sell them to the customer. He purchases comparatively less goods than a wholesaler. No doubt the wholesalers purchase the goods in bulk from the producer, while the retailer purchase the goods in less quantity to the wholesaler. And he sells the goods to the consumer in the small quantity. He needs comparatively less capital. He often purchases the goods both in cash and on credit. Generally, he sells the goods to the consumer in cash. He generally gives his shop a pleasing getup. Yes, no doubt you ever seen on the retail shops, the display is very good. The presentation is so fine that the customer get attracted to the articles that displaying there. Many things you have seen when you go to the market to buy one or two articles and you just go there and you get attracted by the display done by the retailer and you buy more things than the that you want to buy. It happens to you anyway, anytime else? Yes, students, I just want to ask from you, it happens to you? Whenever you go to retail shop to buy one or two products, sometimes you feel like, suppose you just go for the pack snack and the retailer told you this one is the new pack or new company is there and you ever find, okay, let's try it once. So retail sell the consumers, purchase the goods and from the wholesaler and sell to the customer, and he purchases the goods on cash and credit as well, but he generally sell the goods on cash. And he generally gives up a shop pleasing getup that I told you to attract that. He also developed the relationship with the consumer. We have seen on the retail shops nearby our local area, whenever we go, we have a very personal relationship with them. Whenever any new product launch in the market, they just give the information about that. Moreover, many times they suggest us that this product is good for us or this product is not good for us. A relationship has been built between the retailer and the customer or consumer. And he has to pay more attention to the condition of his shop. The retailer just kept an eye on the shop, that management of the shop should be very much fine, that the customer get attracted to the articles displayed there. So now the difference between the wholesaler and retailer is given to us. Don't forget, I'm telling you again and again, now you are in 11th class. Oh my God. I forget to start the recording. So I again and again I'm telling you, whenever the difference is given over here, now you are in 11th class, the differentiate each and every concept on the basis of the difference. Without basis of difference, don't do any distinction. Don't do any difference. Don't prepare any difference of the concept. Suppose if you are maintaining or doing the difference between retailer and wholesaler, what to do in that case? You have to do it on the basis of these bases. The basis of difference means on the basis of nature we have to differentiate, on the basis of last transaction, volume, number of goods, scope of business, selection of place, capital, credit facility, chain of middleman, shop decoration, and need of go down. You have to learn this kind, distinguish always on the basis. Without basis, don't learn any distinguish. Two things. One, it's an appropriate way to learn the distinction between two concepts. Another, sometimes you get question carry 1 mark. Distinguish between retailer and wholesaler on the basis of number of goods. If you don't learn the basis, how you give the answer in the paper? So it is very much necessary to learn the basis as well. Sometimes you get 3 mark question. Differentiate between retailer and wholesaler on the basis of number of goods, scope of business, selection of place. What to do in that case? When the bases are not clear to you, how you will differentiate? But when the bases are clear to you, it is very easy to you to differentiate between the retailer and the wholesaler. In this way, you can do very easily. So I'm just suggesting everybody to read it thoroughly, and because I told you about the retailer, I told you about the wholesaler. You have to do this difference yourself. If you find any difficulty, please send query to me and feel free to send the query anytime. I'm moving ahead now. Our next are services or utility to the of the retailer. Yesterday we have done the utility of the wholesaler that provided to the retailer, customer and society. Today we will learn that what are the services or the utility the retailer gives. The retailer gives the utility to the wholesaler or the benefits to the wholesaler. These are to provide the necessary information. No doubt retailer is always very close to the customer. Retailer knows that what the customer wants. So what can he do? He can provide all the necessary information related to the customer to the wholesaler. Like you 3 people are sitting over here in the class. Suppose you first one wholesaler, you are retailer, you are customer. You just go as a customer to the the shop and you just told your query, you just told your suggestion that I want this pack in that quantity or I want this kind of change in that product. What you can do as a retailer, you can provide that information to the wholesaler. What the wholesaler will do, wholesaler will provide this information to the producer as well, that this kind of changes should be made in that product. Or might be the wholesaler can change the company, in which company according to the needs of the customer they find the product, they can choose that company as well. So it provides ancestral information to the consumer. To create the demand, a retailer creates the demand for existing things and the new things. Many times you have seen when you go to the retail shops, the shopkeeper tell you this is a new product launched by so and so company and this one is very good, results are very good, demand is very good in the market. What happened in that case? In that case, you always eager to buy that product. You develop a curiosity in you that I just want to use it once. It happens to you ever? Yes, it happens to us. It's a human psychology, my dear. It happens to us, everybody, that when the retailer have a relationship between what he did, he just create a faith in the customer first, then he introduce the new goods, he just tell the plus and minus of each and every goods, highlight the goods, and then he can just sell his articles. And he generate the demand of the goods in this way. Local advertisement. Yes, the major burden on the advertisement lies on the wholesaler, no doubt. Wholesalers just do the advertisement that you find on the online advertisement is there. You find the advertisements that is putting on your TV during the in the form of ads is there. In between the serials, movies and news channel are also there. So the main burden is taken by the wholesaler only. But as far as retailer is concerned, what he did, he just introduced the goods to the customers. In a way, what he is doing, he is just doing marketing of that particular product. When he is doing the marketing of that product, it just get advertised itself. It just get advertised. So it helpful for the local advertisement, and local advertisement means providing information to the customer of the various things, meeting them personally. The retailer accomplished this task without any additional labor because he don't have any need to do any labor, extra labor for him. When the customer comes to him, what he will do? He just provide the information. Suppose you are going to the market to a retail shop, you want to buy some product. Additionally, the retailer just tell you this one is a new product or this one is a modified product. You should try it once. None of the extra labor, none of the extra effort has been done by the retailer in that case. No need to meet the customer. Yes, the services provided by the retailer eliminate the necessity of the wholesaler meeting. The wholesaler or the producer don't have any need to meet the customer. Whatever the customer want, the retailer convey this to the wholesaler itself. So these are the facilities or the services that is provided by the retailer to the wholesaler. Now let's see what are the services towards consumer. No doubt, retailer is a link between the wholesaler and the consumer. So it also provides benefits or the services to the consumer as well. Supply of the goods according to their demand. Yes, as a retailer has a large number of consumers with a different taste, he purchases according to their taste and demand and sells them. In this way, all the needs of the consumers are satisfied. Facilities of purchase on credit. A retailer sell most of the goods in cash, but however, because it's a direct contact between the customer, so sometimes he also give the credit facility to them as well. On delivery of the goods, many times you have seen on the grocery shop or the vegetable shops, you have seen you just make a WhatsApp or telephone call nowadays. It's happening frequently everywhere. You just send your list on the WhatsApp of that particular retailer, and you just get the home delivery of that particular product. It may be eatables, it may be grocery, it may be vegetables, fruits. It's likely to be happen nowadays, and it has been increased during the lockdown time. The home delivery has become very much popular nowadays, and no fear of cheating. The retailer have direct contact with the customer, and because they have the friendly terms, and the consumer always purchase the goods by keeping the faith on the retailer. So there is no fear of the cheating is there, because they have a very built up good relation between both of them, the retailer as well as customer. The next one is the supply of fresh goods. If I talk about the supply of fresh goods, yes, the retailer just buy the goods in the small quantity according to the needs and the requirements of the customer, and he just provide them each and every goods as fresh as he can provide. Stock of the goods of every season, yes, the retailer always keep the stock of every goods according to the season. If you have seen the grocery shop, you find the cold drinks, you find the ruafza or in so many beverages at the time of summer days. And when the winter days come, you find the coffees, this kind of product, nuts and all that is related to the season. If you talk about the cloth merchant, when you go to the cloth market, to the retailer, in the summer season you find the clothes related to the summer. In winters you find the clothes related to the winters. In this way, every season stock of goods is to be managed by the retailers for the customer. Now, free services. A retailer is selling the things and assure the customer that if particular thing goes out of the order, it will be replaced or repaired free of cost. Such things are usually like refrigerator, television, radio, watches, sewing machine, etc. These type of facilities are also be provided by them. Many times you have seen some of the people say, if we purchase something online, then there will be services will not be provided, it will not be comfortable. So they don't believe in online, they just want to buy the goods from the retailer because they know it is one of the renowned retailer, and after buying the goods, if any difficulty, any fault takes place, it is very easy to replace or get it repaired. Many times you have seen in case of mobile phones, this kind of thinking develops in the customer. Next, close relation with the customer. A retailer tries to get in close contact with the customer because of the direct link between them. A street hawker or the peddler are very close contact with the customer because they in routine they just wandered in the streets. Increase in the customer's knowledge. The retailer provide the information about the new things to their customer, and apart from this, they serve to the customer by telling them about the anticipated changes in the price. Free advice. There can be many things for a particular use. If the consumer is confronted with the problem of making the choice of things to be purchased, a retailer solves this problem by joining out the prices and advantages of different things. So in this way, let's recall what we have done today. We have done, first of all, the meaning of the retail trade, but then one of the definition we have to do. After that, we learn the features of the retail trade or the retailer, and distinguish between retailer and wholesaler, then the services of the or the utility of the retailers, the services towards wholesaler and services provided to the consumer as well. After that, the types of retailer is given to us. We have to we will just discuss the flow chart only related to the type, and I'll discuss each and every type thoroughly in our next meeting. In our next lecture, we will discuss the types of the retailer. But here a flow chart is floating on the screen. You may see the wholesaler don't have the different various types, but the retailers are of various types. So please mark, it's a very important topic from examination point of view. Surely you will get the question, 101% you will get the question out of this topic. Types of retailer. Any of type of retailer can be there, you find as a long question or a short question in the paper. So please mark important against it, and before joining the next lecture on Monday, please read it thoroughly and prepare the notes of about the concept that we did today. Whatever we have done, it is all about for the day, and everybody has to do as I instructed. Now let's have a group discussion and a query session if you have any in unit number 9. If anybody have any query, please ask.